It's now Thursday, aka week 31, day 3. Hi, can I help you? Cat's decided to join me. No, you're not having my breakfast leftovers, you can stuff off. What are those? Sorry, my desk is a bit of a mess at the moment. No, get out of it. You're just trying to sky food now. Not even your dinner time. Anyway, as I said, it's Thursday. We had our midwife appointment this morning. I didn't actually have my usual midwife today because she is off sick or potentially off sick. So instead I had one of the community midwives. That was a mouthful. But she was really, really lovely and she did some things slightly different to my usual midwife. And my partner went with me on this occasion. At first she actually said to him, "Can you wait out here? I'll call you when we're ready." I was like, oh, that's unusual. Like, I just need to talk to your partner on her own. I'm like, there's nothing you can't say in front of him that you can say to me. Okay. And then when she pulled me in, she asked me the basic questions: everything okay? Baby moving all right? If you had any issues? And then she said, is there any history of domestic abuse or violence or anything that you need to tell me about? I was like, oh, no. In my past, in previous relationships, there's been one or two, but current boyfriend, definitely not. He is an absolute angel. Or say boyfriend, fiance, still not got used to that. Current fiance, absolutely lovely. He's I say current fiance, that sounds weird in itself. Either way, Jason's the most wonderful man. He is an angel in disguise. He really is an angel of a human being. Like, no, everything's fine. There's no domestic abuse, there's no abuse, there's no manipulation or anything like that. We are a very healthy relationship, don't worry. Then she called him back in because I'm assuming that's why she had to talk to me on my own, just to be sure, make me feel safe that if there was anything like that going on, I felt comfortable to share. Fans just pulled up outside and it does not sound healthy. But then did the usual checks. My blood pressure did read high at first, but that is also normal for me. My body does not like the initial squeeze of the blood pressure machine, and so I usually have to get my blood pressure done twice because the first reading isn't necessarily accurate and the second reading is accurate. The second reading was in normal range, so it was all good. It was all fine. Oh, we just had a delivery, bear with me. Anyway, blood pressure was fine, urine is fine. I'm tired. I've actually got quite a bit of energy today. I actually had a fairly good night's sleep considering it was a bit restless. Jason kept on stealing all the covers last night, so every now and again I'd wake up with like half a duvet on me. I'd have to drag it back over to my side. But other than that, I did actually have a good night's sleep. Anyway, back to the midwife appointment. I'm getting distracted again. Did the usual checks. Carbon monoxide is absolutely perfect levels. The blood pressure is normal levels. Urine is all looking fine. Everything is looking good and normal. She had a listen to baby's heartbeat. I believe she said it was about 148 around there at the moment, which again is normal for this stage of pregnancy. It did sound a bit high to me because his heart rate was a bit lower last time that we went, but at the same time, I don't know. Today is one of his more, or was one of his more active days. He has been pretty active this morning, so he might just have been running a bit extra, or it could have been something that I've ate that's spiked his blood heart rate. English, that spiked his heart rate. I just don't know. My cat's made me open the back door and now I am freezing, so I'm just gonna go shut that. Bear with me. She said because we have a growth scan booked for Monday, she's not going to bother doing any measurements today because it could affect the measurements of the growth scan or something along those lines. So she said she's not going to bother with measurements, but she had a feel around of the tummy. She said my womb is all the way up to the top of my rib cage, which is good because it means that baby has lots and lots of space to actually expand and grow into. And she did have a bit of difficulty finding him, but I also noticed that as soon as I lay down, he suddenly dropped and went right towards the back of my spine. So all where he usually sits right at the front, pushing out against my right hand side, he was like, nope, I know what's about to happen. I'm about to get poked and prodded. I'm hiding, and just disappeared to the back of my body. But she did manage to work out where he was, and she did say that he is at least lengthways. I don't know whether or not he was vertical or upside down or head up, head down, however you want to put it. But she did say he is where he should be. He's right down the middle, which is good. And she did a check of his heart rate, like I said, and it was really nice because that was actually the first time that Jason actually genuinely got to hear the heartbeat, which was so nice because obviously I've recorded it on the phone in the past and sent it to him, but it wasn't always clear, if that makes sense. Whereas this time he got to really genuinely hear it for the first time, which was so nice. I was so grateful that he got to hear that today. And she also confirmed that he is moving. He is doing the odd movement now and again, which is good. He's still not as active as he has been in the past, but it's hard for me to judge because he has days where he's really super active. Then he has days where he's just like averagely active, and then he has days where he's super quiet, and it's very intermittent. The nurse said to me, so long as you have days where he is moving regularly, don't worry about it too much. If you do notice that you go for an extended period of time without being able to feel him, then that's something for concern. Contact triage straight away. But as of right now, he is moving on a regular basis, so we don't need to worry at this time. It might just be because he's going through a growth. It might just be because he's going through a growth spurt. He is slightly less active because his body is growing and stretching and things like this. I don't know the complications of it, I'll be honest. I just know that as far as they're concerned, he's okay. His movements are still good. He's still moving and being active. So as far as they're concerned, he's fine. So as far as I'm concerned, he's fine. But everything is looking good. Everything is looking positive. He is currently very healthy as far as they can check, and I'm very healthy as far as they can see. I confirmed that I've not yet had my RSV vaccine and explained what happened with the GP, and that when we then went to obstetrician, we asked the obstetrician about it, and they said that they would book us in there and then they didn't. She very kindly actually jumped on and got me a booking tomorrow at the antenatal clinic. And then we came back home. I need to leave for work in about 10 minutes to go do my only dog walk of the day, which is my 2 Scotties. I have been able to actually get week 22.1 done this morning, or finally finished this morning. I've been working on it for 3 days. I've got 4 hours worth of footage to edit through for week 22, which is a freaking lot of footage. I apparently could really talk that week and try to do a bit more vloggy style sort of videos. So that's taking longer than I would like to edit, but it's getting there. Pardon me, getting sleepy now and I need to leave. The burping's been bad this last couple of days. I can't stop burping. There's just constant gas right now. One thing I did notice I was doing in week 22 was I was actually crocheting. I was crocheting quite a lot in week 22 and telling you guys about how I'm progressing with the crocheting. And I did a lot of rambling during that video, a hell of a lot of rambling. But I thought I'd let you guys see, now that we're actually 2 months later, where I'm up to with this goddamn scarf. Here is my crochet project. This is how much I had done or got done in September, approximately, about that chunk. And this is how long it is now. It is very long. It is very long indeed. It's not quite there yet, because if I put it around my neck, it's... This is a perfect example right now of why it's not finished. It is still fairly short. I want it a bit longer so you can wrap it around a bit more. But it's getting there. It is getting there. I've probably got I've actually got quite a bit of yarn to try and finish it with, but I think maybe 2 more balls, possibly 3 maximum, and it should be finished. I've still got a long way to go. But when you think it's taken me 2 months to get approximately that much done, and it's actually taken 3 months to get this much done, it's taking a long time. Anyway, that is my update so far for today. I'm gonna go out and get my dogs walked now, and then hopefully when I get home, I am going to have plenty of energy and time to actually get just a little bit of exercise done, similar to what I did on Monday with my cat-cow stretches, a bit of mobility, some squats and hip strengthening work as best as I can, because that really has helped the pain in my groin. I spoke to my midwife about it briefly, about how I have been getting a lot of groin pain, and she said that because of the amount of relaxing in my body, there is a chance that I've potentially developed pelvic girdle pain, but she doesn't want to diagnose it. That'd have to be an obstetrician or something like that that diagnoses it. I'm like, that's fine, but at least someone medically has confirmed I do probably have it. And she said the best thing for it is just plenty of stretching, plenty of strengthening exercises around the hips and the ligaments. It might get worse, it might get better, but if you're doing the mobility and the strengthening exercises, then it should theoretically get better. So we are going to aim to do some of those tonight when we get home. But for now, I really do need to go get my dogs, so I'll see you in a second. It's actually about 7:30 at night now. I've had a productive evening. I went out and did my dog walk. Single walk today. I got week 22 fully edited and uploaded today. I spent time with my girls. I got a video. I got a video recorded for their channel. Had something to eat, and since having something to eat, this wave of exhaustion has just hit me like a brick wall. And it's really freaking annoying because I so badly want to go down for a nap right now. But I know that if I nap now, I ain't sleeping tonight. I am not sleeping tonight if I go for a nap at this time of night. Minion has been nice and active this afternoon, and he has been pushing out on my right side like he usually does and kicking me in the pelvis. I say kicking, he's either punching me or kicking me in the pelvis. There's definitely something ongoing down there. Oh God. Oh. This yawning's driving me insane. I can't stop burping. I've constantly got gas coming up. I'm constantly yawning, but I need to do something because my left side especially is so stiff and tight right now and so uncomfy. And I know if I go to bed without doing anything tonight, I am really gonna struggle. Wow, the words didn't work there. I'm really gonna struggle to sleep because I'm going to be so uncomfy. So I need to get something done tonight, even if it's just gentle stretching or gentle mobility work. I need to do something just to... I need to do something just to stretch out the tension, if nothing else. I'm going to try and do a little bit of mobility. Hopefully that'll wake me up a tiny bit. I don't know. Hopefully it'll wake me up a little bit. We'll see. Oh, I am so sorry. But this is one of the things I've been experiencing in pregnancy so far, especially in the 3rd trimester. And they do warn you this will happen in the 3rd trimester. You will burp like crazy. You will just have constant gas coming up. Oh, especially after food. It's just, it repeats and repeats and repeats. You're just constantly burping or yawning or wanting to sleep. Oh, you really have to take advantage of the tiny bouts of energy that you get. Oh. Sorry, another burp. Bit of acid reflux at the same time. I also found out today I have a new appointment with my obstetrician, but they didn't actually tell me about it. I've not had any notifications or any letters through my NHS app or anything to say that I've had this appointment booked in. I've just gone on my Badger app today just to check up what's day or what time the growth scan is next week, only to find that the growth scan isn't on my Badger app again. But there is an appointment on the 1st of December with the obstetrician, so... I don't know. That was news to me. I was not aware of that booking or that appointment. I can now honestly say with all confidence I have a minimum of 1 appointment in some way, shape or form every single week now until the day that Minion is born. My midwife appointments are going to get upped to 1 every 2 to 3 weeks, and as the date gets closer it's going to get shorter to every week. My obstetrician appointments are going to be after every growth scan, or the week after every growth scan, so we can discuss, or they can look into the actual growth of baby and see if anything needs to be discussed. I still not had my blood test results from 2 weeks ago, so God knows what's happening with those. But yeah, it's all steam ahead right now. I'm losing a lot of money, income-wise, in this last month on the build-up to baby arriving and me starting maternity because of having to make so many cancellations due to all these extra appointments. But that's not something I can think about right now. The only thing I know, for God's sake, this isn't me gagging, by the way, or like threatening to vomit or anything. This is just burping. This is constant. This has been constant all freaking day today. Anyway, like I was attempting to say about 6 times now. For God's sake. Promise I'm not retching. It is just burping. It's just constant burping. I might need to go get some water in a minute. Like I said, I can't worry about that too much. My maternity allowance has been confirmed. My universal credit has been confirmed and is going through for this first month. I've been confirmed that I am entitled to child benefits. The only thing I need to sort out now is to see whether or not I'm entitled to any personal independence payment because of my overactive bladder and my ulcerative colitis. I've been told I might not be able to get it for my ulcerative colitis because it's not severe and I am able to control it, so it doesn't really affect my day-to-day life unless I have a flare-up, and the flare-ups happen very rarely because I know what triggers them, so I just avoid the triggers. But apparently I can potentially claim it for my overactive bladder because I do have problems with urinary incontinence and I do have to wear pads and things like that. So that's the last thing I need to check or look into to hopefully get me through next year. And then who knows, maybe one day this YouTube channel will be monetized. I highly doubt it at this rate. We're coming up to 10 years now, and in that 10 years I've not been monetized. I got monetized very, very, very briefly about 8 years ago when the requirements were much lower, but I have failed to actually get this channel monetized since, so I can't rely on this channel for income at all, but I do hope that I can I just want to survive next year. I just want to financially survive next year. Anyway, enough of me moaning. I really do need to get some stretches done because otherwise I'm going to procrastinate and not get them done. So let's get them started. Okay, that's me done for the night. I was literally battling acid reflux that entire session. My stomach bile kept on rising up into my throat and giving me heartburn, and my throat is literally on fire right now. At the point it actually hurts to speak. Oh my god, literally every time my head went down or I twisted position, it was causing acid reflux or causing me to burp, which was then causing acid reflux. That was challenging. That was very challenging, but we did it. We've done some stretches. I'm still a bit tight on my left side, but I'm a lot looser than I was before I started, so I'm glad I did something today. It wasn't much, it wasn't great, but it has made my hips a lot comfier and it has made my sides a lot less tight. So I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna try and get something to eat and drink to try and calm down this acid reflux because this is burning right now. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse until little one arrives. I have been reassured by a lot of people. I need to stop talking. I've been reassured by a lot of people that the second baby comes out, all the acid reflux goes away. And my God, that is the one thing wishing, literally making me pray for that day to come. Because this is, so far the acid reflux, I think I've said this before, but so far the acid reflux and the heartburn has been the worst part of pregnancy by a landslide. There's so many things I've enjoyed about pregnancy. I've enjoyed all the challenges. I've enjoyed watching my body change and seeing what I'm still capable of even at this weight, and seeing how the hormones and everything have been affecting me emotionally and mentally. And I've been loving feeling little and wriggle, but my God, I could do without this heartburn. I could do without this heartburn. This heartburn is hard. Oh, right, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let my throat rest. And like I said, I'm gonna get something to eat and drink, and I will see you guys tomorrow, I hope. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I've got one dog walk first thing in the morning, and then I've got to go for my RSV vaccine, and then I've got my friend's bird staying over. So it's a busy, busy day tomorrow, but I will try and do a little bit of vlogging if nothing else. It's Friday. Oh, sorry, I needed that stretch. Friday, week 31, day 4. Oh, there's really not much grey left in that circle, is there? So I've actually got a really quiet and easy day, also a very busy day today. Like I said previously, I don't know whether or not it was in previous vlog or whether or not it was in this vlog, but like I said previously, I've got one dog walk today. One of my dogs have actually cancelled, so I only have the one dog to walk, which is nice. He's also one of my easier dogs and can be off lead, and he's just a very good boy in general, so really looking forward to walking him. Then I've got my RSV vaccine this afternoon, and then I have to get home. I need to do a load of cleaning and tidying because my friend is dropping off her birds and I'm looking after her birds for a week this week. I'm also looking after my friend's cats for a few days next week, which thankfully not here. I'm going to be visiting them at their house, but that is going to keep me even busier. So I've got a few busy weeks coming up. Just a few busy weeks coming up. So I'm probably not going to do much vlogging today. I'm definitely not going to have time to do any exercise today because when my friend drops her birds off, they usually stay for a chat and a chill and we have food together. And this is also the first time she's seeing our house. So it's also going to be a bit of a, pardon me, house tour, house welcoming sort of thing. House welcoming, what am I on about? Basically, the first time she's seeing our house, we're going to have a show around and stuff like that. And hence why I need to get it tidied and cleaned up fast, sooner rather than later. Because at the moment it's clean, but untidy, and I don't like the untidiness. I think the nesting instincts are slowly starting to creep in because I'm starting to get a bit irked by the untidiness, and I can feel myself wanting to tidy but then having other things I need to do, so I can't necessarily tidy. I cannot wait for maternity leave. I am gonna blitz this bloody place. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Like I said, that is my plans for today. I'm going to go on my dog walk first. I'm gonna take you guys with me just so I've got a bit of content to actually add on to today, because otherwise it's going to be a lot of me doing very little or just me talking again. And then off to the hospital. I need to do, oh no, I was about to say I need to do some shopping with Jace, but we decided to hold that off till tomorrow. We're going to go to IKEA tomorrow, get some of their mulled fruit drink. We call it non-alcoholic mulled wine because it tastes just like mulled wine, but it's pure fruits. It has no alcohol in it whatsoever. So it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very sweet. It's very, very sweet, but oh my gosh, it tastes so good when it's warm. It tastes so good. So good. And we love it. We always get like 5 or 6 bottles at this time of year and have it throughout December and New Year. And that is our version of partaking in the whole Christmas festivities. We have this non-alcoholic mulled fruit stuff instead of having wine. And it makes us feel like we're participating, but not actually having to consume alcohol and get drunk and everything else, because we're teetotal mostly. Like, I have a drink at special occasions and that's about it. Obviously not had anything to drink since becoming pregnant, but I drink maybe once or twice a year, if that. Jason doesn't drink at all anymore. He much prefers the non-alcoholic stuff, and to be fair, I prefer the non-alcoholic stuff because I don't like the feeling of being drunk. I don't like poisoning my body in that way. I don't like losing control in that sense. I like having control of my body at all times, which is also one of the reasons I am going to be avoiding an epidural as best as I possibly can. This lighting is not working right now. I've got a reflection coming off the car. I know I've not spoke about my birth plan yet. I am still working out the kinks of it. I am going to be doing a video after I have enforced my birth plan with my midwife. Don't know what happened there. But once I've confirmed my birth plan with my midwife and I've got it more set in stone as to what's potentially going to happen and what process we're going to take, then I'm going to discuss my birth plan. I've also got a video planned for Pack My Hospital Bag with me, because those two types of videos seem to do really well on YouTube. I didn't end up going BSL choir last night. I got so into video editing and just getting admin sorted and double checking that the universal credit was all done and up to date and everything else in between that I completely forgot to leave the house on time. And it wasn't until 5 minutes to 7 that I actually realised, oh damn, I'm not going to make it to BSL choir, because it starts at 7 o'clock and it's a 20-minute drive away. So there was no way I was getting to that last night, which I feel bad for, because I do enjoy my BSL choir and we're currently practicing Christmas songs ready for Christmas performances. And luckily I do remember quite a few of the Christmas songs, so it's not too bad, but I still like the social aspect of it. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. We're going to get going. I need to go get my dog. The dog that I'm walking, I need to go get him and get him on a walk and then get to the hospital. You're chasing me, following us. If you can't tell by the change in ambience, it is now the afternoon. And it's actually early afternoon. The sun is setting so early now. So freaking early. It's much. We've got more darkness now than we have daylight by a long way. But I've been horrible. What's happened to my voice now? I've been to the hospital. I got my RSV vaccine. As you can see, I got the little patch to confirm it. She confirmed that I've now had all my vaccines. I've had my whooping cough, I've had my flu, I've had my RSV. So that is all up to date. I don't have any more concerns where it comes to vaccinations. I am fully vaccinated until baby arrives. Pardon me for that. And I now have extra appointments because apparently my obstetrician booked me in an appointment and didn't tell me. It just appeared on my Badger app. Apologies again. Again, this is one of the symptoms of pregnancy, is reoccurring burping. But after looking at my calendar, I now have a minimum of one appointment every single week, starting with my next starting technically with yesterday's midwife appointment and today's RSV vaccine. But my next appointment is on Monday, which is 3 days time, and I get to see baby again. Oh, for God's sake, sorry about this. I get to see baby again because we're going for our first growth scan on Monday. Hopefully all is going to be well and baby is going to still be right in the middle, smack bang of the normal percentile, which is what we want. We want them to be in the normal percentile because with me being high risk, I say that because I'm high risk, or for anyone that doesn't know, I'm classed as a high risk pregnancy because of my ulcerative colitis, which is an autoimmune disease, and also because I'm technically obese, and also because of my age, with me being an older mum, around 37 years old. All those factors combined make me a higher risk pregnancy, even though I am having a textbook normal pregnancy as of right now. I was about to say Minion's late on his wriggle and he's not, he's usually asleep around now. Because of the sunset, I think it's later than what it is, and it's not. Trying not to babble on too much. Because I'm a high risk pregnancy, I do have a lot more appointments, and so I do have a lot of extra growth scans, a lot extra obstetrician appointments, a lot extra midwife appointments. We've also got an antenatal class in the 2nd or 3rd week in December, and we also get a tour of the hospital that day, as well as so many other things going on. These appointments are just popping up left, right and centre. I'm going to be in hospital more in this next month than I've been in my entire lifetime, minus visiting people who I know who have been in hospital. Luckily, I've never been one of them, but this time I will be. But because I am classed as a high-risk pregnancy, that's why I'm having all these extra appointments and extra scans. My sister, who had her little one 2 years ago, wasn't classed as a high-risk pregnancy, so she only got, I think it was her standard midwife appointments between her 20-week scan and her due date. She didn't have any growth scans or anything like that because she wasn't classed as high risk. Same with my other sister who has had 4 children in total. I think one of them was classed as high risk because he had fluid on the brain or something like that, something along those lines. Or one of them had the cord, I can't remember. I'm sure one of them had fluid or something. And so she was classed as a higher risk on that occasion, but all of her other pregnancies were normal, so she didn't have this many scans and stuff. In a way, it's nice. I still feel like a bit of a VIP because I'm getting all this extra attention, but at the same time, it's like also partially scared that if for whatever reason all these extra scans and all these extra appointments, they start getting a bit anxious and going, oh, he's a little bit smaller than what we'd like, or he's a little bit bigger than what we'd like, or he's not quite growing the way we wanted. And that's the bit I'm not looking forward to. That's the bit I am like, please do not try and force an induction on me so long as his heartbeat is fine and you're telling me that he's not stressed and he is healthy and he's still moving, etc, etc. I don't see a reason to panic, because if it wasn't for all these scans and all these extra things, you wouldn't even know that these things are happening. And there are probably hundreds of pregnancies out there who aren't high risk and not having these extra scans, who are experiencing this slightly slower growth, a slightly faster growth, and you have no idea about it. That's my opinion anyway. I understand the necessity for the high risk scans and all the extra scans and all the extra appointments and stuff, but sometimes I think it's a bit OTT. When a person's going through a textbook normal pregnancy, even if they are classed as high risk, I feel it's a bit OTT to go the extra mile in this situation, unless there is actually genuinely something wrong. But I'm also not complaining at the extra attention because it means that everything is fine. Or it means I get extra reassurance that everything is fine. I say hopefully. So far, I have had a textbook normal pregnancy. My blood work is still perfectly normal. My urine samples are still perfectly normal, etc, etc. Baby is still moving as normal. I say as normal because he keeps moving position. He's kicking my placenta more, which is throwing me off, because then I can't feel the kicks as much. We're getting there, we're getting there. Anyway, I'll leave you guys be. I've got a busy night tonight because I've got my friends coming over with their birds. Speak of the devil. Hi, Puffballs. Hi. So because I've got my friends coming over with their birds, we've got a busy night tonight and I need to get my girls ready for their arrival, because you two are not going to be happy when your friends turn up. No, you're not. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So it's the last day of week 31, day 6. I'm a bit frustrated today. It's one of my last days off for a while because of appointments and plans and events and stuff that I'm going to on the run up until Christmas. So I'm trying to enjoy it, but I got a notification today from Universal Credit to say they've done our calculations to see how much we can earn for the month. And because we live together and we've had to make a joint claim, Jason's income also gets put into the calculation. We're entitled to 650 something pounds in Universal Credit, but for every £1 we earn, 55p gets knocked off that allowance. I earned £400 in profit this month. That's it. 400 quid. That's all I got. Jason got just short of 2,000, which is not a lot when you consider we've got an £800 mortgage, our council tax is 150, our bills are on average about 100 or more a month, our gas and electric is on average 100 a month, our water rates are usually around 90 to 100 a month, and that's not even including groceries and food and shopping. So our living expenses come to about 1,300 on their own, which leaves us about 700 quid to pay for groceries and petrol and car insurance and car tax and everything else we've got to pay on top, and car finance, because I'm still paying off my car that I had to buy because my last car broke down. On top of that, both our cars need a service this month and I can't afford mine. I can't afford to get my car a service right now. I was really hoping we'd get something, even 100 quid, just anything to try and help us get through this month. I've got 20 quid in my bank account. That's all I've got until my invoices come in, and then even when my invoices come in, it'll only just cover my bills. It'll only just cover my expenses and then give me enough to have like 50 quid at the end of it. And it's difficult. And I do apologise because finances are a big stressful thing for me right now. I was told by Universal Credit we'd get help towards the mortgage because of me becoming unemployed. We'd definitely be entitled to something and we'd find out how much we'd earn, and instead we're getting nothing. I've been paying my taxes and my national insurance for over 20 years. Ever since the day I started working, I've been paying taxes, been paying into national insurance. And the one time I genuinely need help financially from the government, I'm being left in the dirt. I am literally being left to fend for myself. We knew we could afford the mortgage and the bills, and that we would struggle for luxuries and other necessities. But I didn't think it'd be this bad. I did not for a second think that I'd be getting nothing from Universal Credit when I'm earning nothing. It's frustrating. It is really goddamn frustrating. And it's scary. And it's hard. Sorry. Pregnancy hormones not helping in this situation. I am scared. I am fearful that something's going to go wrong and we're going to end up losing our home, which is a very stupid thing to worry about and very big thing to fear, but it is a possibility. And it's a possibility we have to go. I've had it at the back of my mind for quite a while now, and it's my biggest fear. It is my biggest fear, is losing this home. Losing somewhere to live, losing the place that's finally ours after 20 odd years of trying to save up for a mortgage and to actually buy a house. There's now that financial fear that we'd lose it, and that scares the life out of me. So many other people I know who no one in the household works, and they get help towards their rent and help towards their bills and help towards their mortgage and help in every other which way, shape or form. But just because one of us has a full-time job, we're getting nothing. I hate it. I hate that freaking system. I'm trying to see the light. I'm trying to see the positive. I'm trying to remember that I can earn money from voiceover if I get desperate enough. Why has that gone dark? Thank you. It would suck that I don't get full maternity like most people do, but you gotta do what you gotta do type thing. And if anything, it just drives me more to try and get this channel monetized, because I'm still not monetized, which I know I've been saying a lot recently, but when you've dedicated 10 years, stop going dark. When you've dedicated 10 years into a project or into something, and you're watching so many other people get monetized after 6 months, after a year, some after 3 months, or when you're watching other people get monetized after 2 years and you're here 10 years in and you're still not monetized, it gets frustrating. In a way, it feels unfair, the fact that that level of dedication and that level of commitment doesn't get rewarded. And that's when I have to remind myself I don't do it for the money. I don't make these videos for the money. I make them for my memories, and I make them to try and inspire others. But being in this situation is making me hope and pray with all my heart that I will eventually get this channel monetized, and that way I can have something, even if it's just enough money to pay for my petrol that week so I can take Minion swimming, or even if it's just enough so that I can pay for a toy for him that week, or even just pay my car finance off for that month. It's really hard. It's really hard having this financial stress on your shoulders, especially when for just a second, for just a few days, that financial stress was removed and then it's come back and landed back on top of you at twice the weight, or what feels like twice the weight. Anyway, because of all that, I need a day of emotional rest and just physical rest, because I've got a lot coming up in the next few months and I'm not going to have time to do a lot of resting in these next 4 weeks. I'm going to take today as a rest day and just emotionally and mentally de-stress. Finish video editing. I'm currently halfway through week 22.2, which is proving to be a bit of a nightmare to edit because I took a lot of video footage that week and it's all on different cameras, so all the orders messed up and then it's trying to work out what order everything is in and bleh. I'm going to finish editing week 22.2 and just focus on de-stressing and relaxing today. And we're going to get back into the swing of things tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very exciting day. It's growth scan day tomorrow, which is also a very nerve-wracking day for me, as I've explained before, because I don't know what they're going to say or how they're going to react, or if Minion's slightly small or if he's slightly large, whether or not they're going to start pushing me for induction or intervention. I don't want any of that. Just leave him be. Anyway, I'm going to chill out for the rest of the day. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I do apologise that this video, again, was another very chatty one and not much in the way of exercise and training. I am going to do some exercise tomorrow after the growth scan because I'm actually going to have time for once. And hopefully I'll get at least a second set of exercises in next week, because the exercises have definitely been helping. They have made it easier to sleep and they've not stopped, but they have reduced the pelvic girdle pain. It's nowhere near as intense as it was a couple of weeks ago. Take each day as it comes right now. Take every day as it comes.